Hello, my name is Louise and welcome to Adventures with Yarn. This is my knitting and crochet YouTube podcast in which I talk mainly about knitting and crochet. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for taking the time to come check me out. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So, lots to talk about today. Oh my goodness, we have the start of Advent to talk about and Vlogmas. I have some finished projects to show you. I have some works in progress and update you on my Knitmas. Also, I will have new acquisitions to show you from the hashtag Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. So, let's get comfortable and dive on in. So, hang on. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a very special announcement, and that is that we have a winner of the Adventures with Yarn birthday bundle giveaway, and that winner is Carol Childers. Thank you so much for commenting, wishing the podcast a happy birthday. I really appreciate your feedback. You can get a hold of me on Instagram at adventureswithyarn.com, or you can email me at adventureswithyarn@gmail.com. You are going to be the winner of this pin that says the Yarn Life. You are going to be receiving a Knit Picks gauge swatch ruler, and you are going to be winning this very lovely skein of Amy Florence's Stranded Dye Works yarn in the color Nougat or Nougat, in her fingering weight merino nylon cashmere yarn. Congratulations! All right, now back to the show. Let's start with the finished objects. So due to me giving away some of my finished objects as an early Christmas present, I am going to have to just show you two of my finished objects. Yeah, the finished objects for this week. And the first one is the simple fingerless mitts. And I made those out of this yarn called Cushingdale. This is a very special yarn because my grandparents got this for me in Ireland. They were going over to Ireland, and I know that there are a lot of sheep in Ireland, and so hence there is a lot of wool and yarn, and I asked them if they could get me some, and they did. And so this lovely fiber here is a combination. It is 70% mohair and 30% wool, and in this color called ivory is what I used. I held it double with some worsted weight white yarn from my stash. Oh, I suppose it could have been DK. Wait. I held it double and crocheted those fingerless mitts for my grandma. We're going to be traveling a lot, down to California, over to Arkansas, and so I wasn't going to be able to give them to my grandma by Christmas time. They would have to be after Christmas, so I instead wanted to give them to her at Thanksgiving. So I gave them to her, and she opened them then, and she really loved them. I love that the fingers are free and the thumbs are free, so she can still text and use her iPad. The next finished object is also going to have to be shown to you via photo. It is the bankhead hat that I made for my grandpa. It is made out of Lion Brand Ferris wheel yarn. It was a very nice project to do, and it fit him very well. It is a project that I have never done before. It's a pattern I haven't done before, I mean. But it had a really nice comfy fit on his head. I did the size large, and it seemed to work very well, very nicely, and he enjoyed it, especially the colors, how the colors are fading. I have been showing you guys quite a bit of Lion Brand Ferris wheel, or you could say bargain yarn. I had seen a bunch of them at Walmart and just envisioned all the Knitmas gifts that I'd be making, and so I'm working my way through those. like this next project I'm about to show you. You may recognize this color of yarn again. I think this is probably the third pattern over the last month that I have shown you guys using the specific color. Oh, I can't think of what it's called now. This one. And of course I don't have the tag with me, but this Lion brand Ferris wheel, I can't think, maybe it's something to do with gardens, maybe, I don't know. But you can see I really like this, the deep hues and with the bright little spots there. It's really fun to work with, and I feel like it's still, even though the colors are, you know, changing, it still has a masculine look to it. So this is another hat that I am making as part of Knitmas. This is the On the Sea Train hat by Espace Tricot. And like I said, very fun knit, very nice. It's fun to be knitting this while the colors are changing, and I still have a little bit of ways to go, but I can see that it also, the whole thing is ribbed, so it's going to have a nice stretch onto the recipient's head. I have this little festive stitch marker, little candy cane there as part of a bunch of stitch markers that I got for hashtag Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. So I'll show you that in a little bit. But my Knitmas is coming along. We are still in triage mode. So based on which family I'm going to be seeing first, I finished my grandparents' presents. Now I'm working on my immediate family's presents, and then on to my in-laws based on how much time I'm going to have at certain points in December. Hopefully I'll get travel knitting done when I'm visiting in California. I may have time to do some more knitting too. There's a lot of gift knitting still to be done, but it's nice seeing the progress being made, and there is progress being made. The next project I want to show you is kind of exciting. I haven't shown this to you yet because I was kind of having a rough week last week, and I wanted to film the podcast, but it was just so stressed with life. So I did not film last week, but I did cast on. I was inspired to cast on this itty bitty pretty sweater. So this is a little sweater that I am knitting for my niece. I was about to say my baby niece, but she is a year and a half old now. Fortunately for me in this situation, she only wears a 12-month-old size clothing. So the sweater's a little bit smaller, hence I can make it a little bit faster. This has been so much fun. It's a fairly simple pattern. We do have the ribbed neckline with some short rows, but with how small the sweater is, I mean, there wasn't very many short rows. So that was fine. And then basically, as you can see, this raglan increase here, and then this cute motif going down the front. And I haven't been able to memorize the motif patterns. Sometimes I really maybe pride myself a little more than I should about being able to memorize motifs like in socks and catching on to the pattern. And it's really rewarding when you can just knit something like that you've come to memorize, and then you don't have to keep looking. But I have had to keep looking. There is like an every other row that is consistent, so I do have that part memorized, but I am finding myself having to look all the time. But what's nice is it looks, I feel like this looks a lot more intricate and complicated for how easy it was. There is, basically it's just kind of yarn overs, knit twos together. There's not actually cable, but it kind of almost gives this cabled look to it. I don't know, I really like it. You can see I separated for the sleeves, and right before I finished this podcast, right before I started filming this podcast, I actually was measuring, and I have finally gotten to the finished length before I will start working on the rib at the bottom. So that's exciting. If you can see, this actually has a little bit of sparkle to it. And I just love that. It's so fun. This is Knit Picks Stroll in Glimmer, and the color is called Blush. You can kind of see those sparkles all throughout. This has been really, really fun. Really fun to work with. Basically, I haven't really worked a whole lot with Knit Picks Stroll, but my fiber share buddy was telling me how much she loves it. So not to give too much away, but when I went shopping for my fiber buddy, I may have splurged for myself too. I mean, why not? I have a feeling that there is going to be another yarn diet in store for me next year. If you guys were watching last year, you know that I actually made it several months. I made it several months without purchasing yarn, although gifts are always accepted and can fly under the radar. But, you know, Black Friday sales, and come on, I mean, all the beautiful, beautiful hand-dyed yarn that there is. I saw on Instagram that there is a yarn dyer who is closing her doors. Her business is called Candy Shop Yarns. Oh my gosh, how could I have missed this earlier? Her colors were so bright, so fun, and candy inspired. Hello, that's my kind of jam. So anyways, you'll see these acquisitions. I'm sure, just stick around. But I may need to start shopping out of my stash next year, I think. I don't even know. It's a bit ridiculous. But anyways, I'm really glad that this is working up so nicely, so quickly. Though things have been busy and stressful, I have tried to really put a lot of work into this on the time that I do find myself having. So hopefully I will finish this up soon and keep it on with my gift knitting. And that is pretty much it for current works right now. Oh, I forgot to show you the stitch marker on that. So let's see here. If you can see this little stitch marker here. So this is a heart with a nurse's cap on it. And that will lead us into our next segment. Hashtag get your yarn wishes granted. So I'm not even actually entirely sure traditionally the timing for that game, hashtag game, but I noticed it a couple weeks ago. And if you're unfamiliar, hashtag get your yarn wishes granted. You post a post using that hashtag or add the year, 2019 to the end, and you put it out there what your yarn wishes are. And if anyone feels so inclined to grant your yarn wishes, then they can, and they can send you things. And so I went about granting a couple wishes, which was really, really fun, sending people things, things that they want or, are asking for if you're able to. So I sent out a few things and put out some wishes for myself. My wishes were mini skeins, stitch markers, and enamel pins. I have been collecting enamel pins, which, by the way, if you are so interested, I did post an additional bonus footage talking about the enamel pins that I've collected, and that is on the adventureswithyarn.com homepage, so you can check that out if you're interested. So I put those out there. Those were my yarn wishes, and people actually responded and they sent me stuff. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the first. So I kept these stitch markers in the little container because there's a few of them. People were really generous. So this first wish granted of mine was granted by Wendy at Miss Wendy Knits. And she sent me a bunch of little progress keepers. And they are stinking cute. Here is a tiny sloth. You fit this in there, turn it around. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? It's really cute. It's itty bitty sloth. And I like this one that is a little wooden button there. You can see it. It's got some writing on the front there. Handmade with love is what it says. Sorry, that's a horrible way to show it to you. This one is really pretty. A little heart, a little lock on it. And then some others with some beads. You can see these here. Very beautiful, very shiny. And here we have some more beads. This one is really pretty. I really like this color, this coral. Hey, goes with my outfit. There's that. And this lovely gem as well. So some really interesting, really cool stitch markers from Wendy. And then I got some more stitch markers. Let's see here. The next ones were these stitch markers that were made by Rihanna. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rihanna or Rihanna of at southwest.Pennsylvania on Instagram. And she was telling me that she made these for a yarn festival. And oh my goodness, look at that. These are also beaded and they are super cute. Ooh, dropping them. We hear a couple more. Can see that little flower there. And oh, dropped it. Sorry. Look at those. Very cute, huh? I especially like that she made these herself, which is really, really cool. And so generous. I mean, just sending a random person some stuff. Very nice. All in the spirit of giving, and it's been so much fun. The next stitch markers. Oh, I almost forgot. to show you this. Miss Wendy, besides the stitch markers, she also sent me a full skein of yarn. Oh my gosh, like I was so surprised. I was blown away. So this yarn is by the Plucky Knitter in the color Oatmeal. It is a merino cashmere nylon. It is so squishy and soft, and I really, really like this. This color I feel like could be so versatile. I see myself making a nice cushy hat, probably with a pom-pom on top. Oh, just gotta finish my Knitmas knitting, and I'm definitely gonna be making something for myself with this. And you can always remind me of get your yarn wishes granted, and the kindness of Wendy in this case. Thank you, Wendy. The next little batch of stitch markers I'm gonna show you is from Erin at mstone28. And where'd it go? I already showed you the candy cane stitch marker on my sea train hat, which is now tucked away. So I already showed you that. Hers came in this little festive little baggie here. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you these. So there's an additional candy cane. And then, get ready for these. These are so stinking cute. Let's see if I can't hold these just so. Little baubles, Christmas baubles. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. And here are the other two. Like, I can't hardly believe that she would give these away to me. They're so cute. I love them so much. So thank you, Erin. And thank you, Rihanna, also, if I haven't said it yet. Now I want to show you what Amanda sent me. Amanda can be found on Instagram at Yarnanigans, and you can find her and her hand-dyed beautiful yarn on Etsy at Wallflower Gal Fibers. I have shown some of her yarn here in the past. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amanda really blew me away. So, she sent me like a kit. I mean, you would think that we were fiber share partners with the kit that she put together for me. It was amazing, and it is all applicable to me. Mini skeins, which is galore, as you can see, mini skeins galore, which I did ask for, and then a bunch of stuff I didn't ask for, but am loving it. Oh my gosh. So let's show you the yarn. I'm going to undo these tie here, those tying them together. So we have this skein, which is by the Primrose Yarn Co. in the color Embers. Lovely, lovely color. And I have been collecting mini skeins. I have not yet cast on the project that I'm going to use them on, but I am very excited to do so probably after Christmas. So we have Embers. And now of the little batch that she gave me, this is the only mini skein that she didn't dye herself. This is the only mini skein from another dyer. Oh my gosh. I mean, I really am blown away. So I don't know the names of these colors, but I'm going to show you these other colors that she has dyed herself. How fun is this one? Blues and yellows. Very bright, very fun. So there's that one. This beautiful, beautiful green. Isn't that lovely? It's gorgeous. Green there. This one is this beautiful purple. And these are 10-gram minis that she has sent me. Oh, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to have like a granny stripe blanket, and having her mini skeins is just going to add to the nostalgia and sentiment of all the yarns and all the minis that I'm going to be using. And I'm really excited for that. Look at this. Oh, how fun is this? This teal blue, splashes of darker blue, and that bright teal in it. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. And then this one I really like. Look at this. Oh my gosh, how fun. I might need to own this in a full skein later on because I really like this color. This is awesome. So you guys should all check out Amanda at Wallflower Gal Fibers on Etsy if you want to get your hands on your own yarn of hers. She's an inspiration. She makes really cool color combinations, and her yarn is just so lovely and so beautiful. So you guys should really just check it out. And then I will show you the rest of what she gave me. So She gave me a set of stitch markers. I showed you the one that was the heart with the nurse's cap, and I have never seen anything like this. So it came in this little container here, but I've never seen nurse themed stitch markers, and I love it. They're awesome. They're so cool. So here is a little stethoscope and heart, which is awesome. If this is your first episode watching, I do work as a nurse, so that's why I'm so excited about these, because I am a nurse. This little paramedic symbol. I'm sure there's a technical name for that, which I am not aware of at the moment. We have this little syringe and vial. So cute. So cute. And speaking of syringes, this last one says, "Nurses call the shots," which is super cute. I have one of my co-workers that I very, very highly respect has a badge holder that says that, "Nurses call the shots." We'll play on words there. Anyway, so we have those nurses stitch markers. She gave me some tea. This is some green tropical tea by Spice and Tea. Fun. And then also some vanilla spice perfect energy tea by the Yogi brand. So I will have some lovely tea to cozy up with. She gave me some soak, some wool. I believe it is, yeah, you can use it to wash your hand knits, basically. Very much comes in handy. And she gave me some candy, which was awesome. Of course, I can never have enough candy, and Reese's too, especially. She gave me this. This one's pretty cool. So this is from it looks like the brand is I Love Handles, and this is a wrist ruler. It is basically a ruler that you wear like a bracelet. Oh my gosh, it is so cool. I don't know if you will be able to see because of the light, but basically it is a bracelet, but it is also a ruler. How cool is that? I mean, I've never even seen anything like this, but it's so cool. Such a crazy cool idea. And I mean, how nifty is that? Just snap it on your wrist and work away. That's really exciting because I currently do not have measuring tape that doesn't like a cloth measuring tape that doesn't what's the word I'm thinking of? Like wrap up on itself. Like I have my measuring tape is, you know, this whole long strand. I just kind of stuff it back in the bag. It gets in the way, and so that bracelet is really appreciated. I mentioned to you before about enamel pins, and so she sent me one, and look, it is pink and pretty. So you know this will be added on to my little collection. And all this pack all came with this card, this lovely card. I'm not going to read it to you because it's for me, but I did have to show off this gorgeous lettering on the front. I mean, wow. I wish I could do that. And that all came in this beautiful, beautiful bag. It is an Isaac Mizrahi bag. And look at this gold zipper on top. And of course it is pink. I love pink. Super, super cool. So cool. So, I mean, gracious. Amanda, thank you so much. I mean, that like exceeded my wildest dreams. I mean, this is the first time I ever played the first time I ever posted a hashtag get your yarn wishes granted. But I mean, that was just so amazing and just really touched me, blessed my heart. So thank you, Amanda. Okay, let's see. The last things to talk about are Christmas things, sort of. I wanted to show you what I have gotten from some advent calendars. I have purchased 2 advent calendars this year, but they are not both yarn. One of them is a mini skein advent calendar by Yarns by Stu. You can find her on Instagram and Etsy. And she has sent me her yarns, her advent calendar, all the way from Moscow. So, as today is December 2nd, these were packed, individual packages that I had received in the mail and have been waiting under my Christmas tree until yesterday. I was so excited to finally get to open them. So this is the first mini skein that came out of that advent calendar, and you can see it had a little stitch marker attached to it. This little snowflake there. How cute is that? And how beautiful is this yarn? Look at this deep kind of plum magenta colored yarn. So this was yesterday, the first day of the advent calendar, the first day of December. And you know, first thing this morning, I opened up the next one, and it is purple, but quite different and lovely. Isn't that gorgeous? So, so pretty. I love the speckles and the different variations, varied tones of the purple. So, I mean, if this is any indication, I wonder if things might kind of fade-ish. I don't know. Who knows? We will find out as the month goes along. The next advent calendar I bought was a stitch marker advent calendar by Hook and Light. And you can find them on Instagram and Etsy. The very first one was this, another snowflake, another lovely, lovely snowflake. And what was really cool is that the very first one also came with a little container to keep the stitch markers in. So that is greatly appreciated as we continue to open up each one. The second one, the second day little package was this little gold bee, I guess. It kind of looks like a bee, little, I mean, it's not quite a dragonfly, but it is certainly cute. Very, very cute. So I'm very excited to keep on opening these up. And I'm really excited to eventually be making something with all the mini skeins. So that leaves us to talk about Vlogmas. So, life has been a bit stressful for me lately. You may have heard me mention before that I picked up a second job. I usually work as a nurse, and I was offered an opportunity to teach some nursing students in their, what we call their clinical rotations. So while they are kind of in the field, putting in their hours, doing things. So I was like overseeing them doing that, talking with them, grading their assignments thereof. So I'm not actually teaching in the classroom because I don't have a master's. But I do have a bachelor's, so that qualifies me to help guide them through their practical skills and things like that for a certain amount of time. So as stressful as that was by limiting my time off, it's also super, super rewarding and something that I think that I can see myself doing some more in the future in some way. I definitely have a spot in my heart for students and helping them out. So that's done for now. But where was I going with this? I guess I'm coming off of that, so things have been stressful, and I want to kind of scale back a few things in life so that I can have more time to kind of enjoy being with my family this month and just kind of taking it a little bit easier. And so I'm not going to do the full-on Vlogmas like some podcasters are, but I have a huge amount of respect for anybody that can be posting these videos every single day. But Vlogmas looks so much fun. I've never done it before, but I am gonna kind of try to give it a go in my own sort of way. Instead of posting Vlogmas videos every day onto YouTube, I am going to be adding on to my Instagram stories. If you are not following me on Instagram, please, I would love it if you did. You can reach out to me there at Adventures with Yarn, and I am adding on to my stories, my Instagram stories each day, and in a way that is going to be my contribution to Vlogmas. But it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun so far. If you got a chance to check out yesterday's story, there was a lot of snow. We went to Central Oregon for a little getaway. My husband had a little work thing to do. So it was just a nice little time to have a night away at like this nice lodge resort place. There was snow everywhere. It was really, really pretty. Okay, so that's it for this week. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to check me out. As always, if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, keep on having fun. I'm really looking forward to this Christmas season, the advent calendars, looking at everyone else's Vlogmas. Oh, it's gonna be great. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.